This lesson is going to be a little challenge. What I want you to do is finish up the functionality of this button. Make it so that when I click the X, our game gets deleted and the UI element is gone. If I go back and I go load game, you see that it's still gone. I come back in, press play. I expect that element to still be gone, or that saved game to still be gone. So what I want you to do is just recreate that so that you can delete them. And if you end up with a situation where you delete all of them and have nothing left, but then you press play and you get a blank entry, don't worry about that. We'll talk about that in a moment. First, just worry about getting the X to work so that it actually removes it. And what I want you to think about when you're doing this challenge is simplicity. There are a lot of ways to do this. There are many, many different options for ways that you could set this up, and you can get extremely complicated or extremely simple. I generally recommend that you err on the side of extremely simple until complicated stuff is needed. So go ahead and give it a try. Pause the video, and then in a moment when you're ready, unpause, and I'll show you the solution that's, I think, the simplest and what you should go for in this scenario at least. All right, let's stop playing. And, well, we don't even need to stop playing. Let's go take a look at how we've actually solved this. It's very, very simple, like I said, and if you looked down below, you may have cheated and already seen the answer. But all we really need to do is call the destroy method on our game object. Right after we delete our game, in the delete game method of our load game button, remember this is on that button that's placed that we want to remove, we call destroy, it'll remove itself, the layout group is going to automatically adjust. Now there are lots of other ways that you could do this. Again, I recommend staying with the simplest until you need something else. So calling destroy, not having a whole big system for managing and updating those makes a lot of sense. They only get added when we hit when we load in and we've got some saved games already, and then they'll get removed later. The next thing I want to do is give our players the safety of a quick confirmation so that when they click the delete, their game doesn't instantly get deleted, but they have to click one more time, maybe in a slightly different spot, to make sure that they don't accidentally go, hey, I'm trying to load my game and whoops, I clicked and deleted it. So let's do that by going into our button. We'll find our load game button, prefab, open it up in prefab edit mode by double clicking the prefab, and then let's find this delete button. We've got delete, and what I want to have is a delete that pops up a confirm and a cancel, and then have this button do like the actual, or this functionality here be the actual delete functionality on the final button. So I'm going to duplicate this delete button. I'm going to call this confirm delete, and I'm going to move it over to the right 100 pixels. So let's go to 200 on the position X, and then we'll expand out the text and change the text from saying just an X to confirm delete. I think that looks good. It's very obvious what we're doing here. Now I'll go back to my delete button, and I'm going to remove this on click thing. Instead of it updating or calling delete game on our load game button, we're going to call enable on our confirm delete button. So I'm going to take the confirm delete button, drag it over the load game button, find the game object, and choose set active. We'll set that to true so that we can enable this button whenever we click the X. Now I also need a way to go back, like a cancel or a disable or deconfirm. I guess it would be just cancel, I think would be it. Let's duplicate our delete button again. We'll call this cancel button. And then we'll change the text. Well, first let's change the color. Let's make it like a gray. And then let's change the text to say cancel. And then the final thing we need to do is go to this cancel button and then make it set the confirm delete. Well, actually, what do I want it to do? If I cancel, it should set confirm delete to not enabled, and it should set itself to not enabled so that it hides both of these buttons. I guess we also need to go back into the delete button and make it show the cancel button. So we'll go to the delete button, hit plus, and we'll drag the cancel button into the target for the second one, choose game object, and set active and set it to true. Now the last thing I need to do is go find these two buttons, confirm and cancel. I'll hit control and select them both and uncheck them. That should disable them both. If I go back out of prefab edit mode and let it save, I should now have the functionality that I expect. Let's go test it out and debug and make sure that it didn't mess anything up or miss a reference or anything. Still got to get rid of this blank game when there's no game, but for now let's go create a new game. I'll just run over here and let it kill me. and really need to add a quick die shortcut so that we can do this faster next time. Let's let it kill us though, and we've got our new game. I'm gonna hit the X, and then there's a cancel and a confirm. I'll hit cancel, it doesn't go away. So now if I accidentally click this, I'm pretty safe. I've gotta click this, and then go over here and hit confirm delete to get rid of the game. There we go, I've got my confirmation, so I'll stop playing, go into plastic, and say that we added delete confirmation to saved games. And check them in.